Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my little creative corner of the internet if you're new. I am really excited about today's video because we're gonna make some light academia inspired DIY room decor. We will make a vintage inspired bees and butterfly wall art, a vintage tea box planter, and pimp up some old small vases. First, let's start with the bees and butterfly wall art. We will need a frame, bees and butterfly illustrations on transparent paper, some old book pages, some craft and some white paper, some colored markers and a brush, scissors and glue. I start by drawing some bees and butterfly illustrations on my iPad. I will print them on some transparent paper later, but you could also draw directly onto the transparent paper or use it to trace some insect illustrations from a nature book if you don't trust your freehand drawing abilities that much. Next, we have to take apart the frame. I use the glass as a size reference for creating the background. Therefore, I rip the edge of the craft paper and glue it to the white page to create an interesting background for our butterflies. Now, cut it to size and cut out your bees and butterflies. Then I arrange them on the background. Next, we cut each insect out of some old book pages too, so we can create different layers for our art. If you want, you can use watercolor to add some colors to the insects, like I did here with the yellow for the bee. I just used a very light wash so it doesn't get too colorful. The next step is to fold the wings of our insects. That will make them stick out from the frame when we glue the body down in the next step and create a bit of a 3D effect. I fold the book cutouts the same way as the illustrations. And now I start gluing. Here I only add glue to the middle part, the body of the insects, so the wings will stick out from the frame. The final step is putting everything back in the frame. I added the glass of the frame on the back of the artwork for some support. If we would add it on top, we would lose the 3D effect. Now you only have to find a good spot on your wall. The second DIY is a really easy and fast one, where we transform an old vintage tea box from the flea market into a plant pot. All we need is an old metal tea box and a small plant that fits inside it. This tea box had a round opening inside that fit the plant pot perfectly. If yours don't have that, and it's a little deep for your plant, just add some big rocks on the bottom of the box to place your plant on top and you're good to go. When watering your plants, you should keep an eye out for some water leaks because some of the vintage boxes are not perfectly sealed. Most of the time I just take the plant out for the moment of watering and add them back in the tea box when they got enough water. The final DIY for today are some cute little vases with a matte finish. We will need some small vases, baking powder, a brush, some paint, I used white gesso, and something to mix the paint in. First, add some baking powder to the paint to create a thick paste. It will form some bubbles, but that's fine. Then start coating the little vases with the paint. In the end, I needed 3 coats to get them fully covered. Part of the reason for that, I think, was the texture the glass of my bigger vase had. Now they just have to dry. To decorate them, I added some dried flowers and roses, but I think they've turned out really, really cute. I hope you enjoyed today's DIYs. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Hit the subscribe button if you want to join me on my creative journey.